Hello everyone, this is Man in the Black Hat, and we're back for more Let's Play Fable 3.
Cease your movement! Be you men or be you hollow men?
Have you gone daft, boy? Open up the doors.
Walter? Is that you?
The very same. Now, are you going to let us in or what?
Right, yes, of course. Open the gate! Tell Major Swift Walter's here! Welcome, Sir Walter.
Sir. Have a look at what I've got. You have not seen anything like it.
There he is. The one and only. Major Swift.
Oh, Walter! What the blazes are you doing here?
We came looking for you. I have a proposition.
You came all this way to proposition us. And I thought you were here to save us from the legions of the damned.
Ben Finn. It's good to see you. I take it the legends about this place are true, then?
I'll say. You've never seen so many hollow men in one place. We've been stationed here for weeks, trying to eradicate them. Mainly, it's us getting eradicated. We lost some good men last night, including Lieutenant Simmons here. And the buggers will be back tonight.
Logan just left.
Is this...
The princess? Yes. I'll explain. But just treat her like any other pair of hands for now.
Fair enough. Captain Finn will show you to the mortar. We could use a body up there.
Meet me on the wall when you're ready. I'll introduce you to Private Jammy. So cool because he's the luckiest sod in the fort.
You'll probably be stuck by that mortar all night. So take a look around first. Talk to the men. It never hurts to know who's got your back.
Okay, anyways, with that, we have reached Morningwood Fort. This place is frickin' dangerous. Well, it's actually only really dangerous at night, but it's still really frickin' dangerous. If you want to level up the Bone Smasher, which I do, this is the place to do it. This area involves several quests that
Look,
pretty much turn into quest chains.
Hey, Grove.
Well, listen to this guy.
What's this one about? Come on, tell us a story.
Oh, you wouldn't like it. Violence, swearing, drunken orgies.
Yeah?
Yeah, it has none of those. Some of the words are really long.
Hey, I get by fine with short ones. In fact, I'm thinking of a few right now.
How can you read at a time like this? We could all be dead by morning.
I promised Captain Finn I'd read a few chapters of the autobiography he's working on, and I don't break promises, dead or not.
Bah! What a sycophant.
Sick or what? You want to do more reading instead of making up words?
That actually gives you a clue about a quest chain later on where you gotta find all of Ben Finn's pages. But anyways, there are several quest chains in this area. You can get them later on, including Morningwood Fort itself,
I hope it brings you great
which not only is a unique property you can purchase, but also contains one of the firing ranges where you can shoot the mortar, which we're gonna go do pretty darn soon. Now, the thing about this is, the mortar is really frickin' fun. I kid you not. And I have no idea why that lagged. I hope this is not a portent of things to come. We are so close to the end in this game.
I don't suppose you've ever used a mortar before? There's nothing to it. There's always a slight chance of maiming, of course, but I'm sure you'll pick it up. First, I'd like you to meet Private Jammy. He'll be your loader.
Pleasure to meet you. There's too much to say about me, you know. Jammiest soldier in Albion. 724 wounds and still standing.
Don't worry, you'll get used to him. After a while, he's hardly revolting at all. Right, Jammy, it's time to show her the ropes.
Yes, sir. Right then. My life's going to be in your hands, so let's make sure you know what you're doing, okay? Go on, grab the mortar, and we'll do some practice shots.
Okay, Jammy is awesome. He's one of the cooler characters.
See that scarecrow over there? blow it up. Yeah, that's right.
Sure, boom.
Yes! Boom! Oh, you see that? You see it? That
And
scarecrow's
fire.
a goner.
Beautiful. On to the next one.
Fire. There we go.
Bush! Oh, goodbye, Mr. Scarecrow.
And you notice you
That
cannot
was
target the
bloody
next
brilliant.
one. I wonder why.
All right, Jammy, don't get too excited.
Oh,
you know what happens when
may
you
just
do.
have to wait until
Let's just take care of the
they
last
say
one.
I can.
Just one left. Hang on. I don't remember setting this one up.
Uh-oh. That's not a scarecrow. That's a Hollow Man. Hollow Men are deadly. So we now have a Hollow Man attack on the fort.
Start firing!
Yes, sir!
The objective of this
Let's blow these
little
buggers
minigame
to
is to
smithereens.
hit as
Come on,
many
mate.
Hollow Men as you can within a specified time limit.
That one.
The more Hollow Men you kill at once, using
Look at them bones
explosives,
flying.
traps that are set up in the area, as well as just hitting them head on with the mortar while they're still in groups, higher your score will be on the individual portion of this later on when you can buy Morningwood
Oh,
Fort.
good. Here they come. Look.
Jammy's pretty good about figuring out where Hollow Men are going to come from,
They're coming
but
from the
you're
right.
pretty much on your own.
Yes.
If they've been coming
Those
up
two
on
don't know
one
what it's
side,
a-
guarantee you they're starting to come up on the other side once you've devastated them.
There's some more. Coming.
Oh, that's nice. Pure class.
If you keep a bunch of Hollow Men on one side, boom, then they're going to
They're coming from the right.
they're going to naturally occur more often on the other side.
Oh, good.
For
Here they
instance, it's a good idea if you've got a bunch of Hollow Men grouped up together to take them out with explosives. Which pretty much means you make sure
Here they
there's
come.
explosives in
Look
the
like-
area and then hit the Hollow Men. Any Hollow Men traveling in groups, put your mortar a little bit ahead of them and fire at will. For some reason the Hollow Men love to group up, so don't worry about not being able to target individuals
To the left.
or groups. As you can see, they'll happily walk right into your shots.
There's more coming from the left. Oh, good. Here they come. Look
So
left.
pretty much get your shot lined up ahead of time,
They're coming
fire,
from the right.
and then immediately move to the next area.
Now that was a handsome. Quick. To the left.
Kerboom!
Nice. Pure class.
Every once in a while you'll get a critical hit that'll wipe out an entire group all at once. And that's what those close-ups are. Those are the equivalent of getting an
There's some
interrupt
more.
shot.
Coming from the right.
Another coals for the grinder. Well done.
Kill that one, kill these two, and that one, that one. Remember, unless you have
You got
to,
him. You
don't
got him.
waste your shots on singletons. You'll do much better
Ah, yes.
wiping a bunch of them out at once. In fact, that's kind of the objective of this
There's some more.
exercise. Ah, and there we go, we've won.
Gates, take positions!
All guns on the gate. We can't
With the
let them
explosion going off behind me. Everyone ready? Everyone? Hello? Is someone going to get the door? Hello? I could go get it. Oh, no, never mind. Two privates seem to have gotten it.
Strong.
Or not. Okay, this is the ground portion. As much as you might like to jam, you cannot save Jammy.
Keep it up,
He will fight Hollow Men right alongside everybody else.
There's more of them.
You can actually keep him alive throughout the entirety of this battle.
I've written some funeral music just for you. Have a listen.
However, Once all of the normal Hollow Men are dead, Jammy will simply drop dead. This is probably due to the fact that Jammy has sustained so many injuries that this was pretty much his last fight anyways.
Careful that zombie dust doesn't get
Jammy's body simply could not keep up with the combat. Of course, in modern days, Jammy wouldn't even be in the military anymore. He would have been medically retired. Forcibly so. The only way to keep Jammy alive is to stay next to him. He will wander towards large groups of Hollow Men. Major Swift can pretty much take care of himself. He's got about the same skill and strength level that you do. You just have magic and he doesn't. Jammy will usually go to assist the unnamed soldiers that are in the area. So you can bet that he's going to get himself in deep shit real quick. I actually am trying to save Jammy at this point. Just, you know, to see if I can get him through the entire fight. And nope.
Jammy!
Didn't quite make it. Yeah, Jammy is the only one in here that is actually scripted to die. All of the other soldiers can be saved. In fact, it's rather difficult to actually see any other soldiers die. Except the ones that die in cutscenes and Jammy.
Well done!
Your hero character is such a combat multiplier that the Hollow Men basically don't stand a chance. Now, granted, Walter is damn good on his own. But it's pretty clear that these Hollow Men don't stand a freaking chance. It's also fairly clear that this battalion would have survived the night, even without you there. But, they would have had a rough time of it. Don't know why Logan assigned them here. Probably for the reason of clearing out the Hollow Men. Now, the reason that this particular fight is really good for leveling the Bone Masher and... Oh, hey, Walter, thank you very much.
Now, who's...
The reason for being able to level Bone Smasher really easily here is right there. Lieutenant Simmons.
To remain buried.
Oh, doesn't anyone follow orders anymore?
Dude, somebody should have ducked. That looks like he took a cannonball to the gut. Welcome to the Super Boss Hollow Man. The Super Boss Hollow Man can summon other Hollow Men, which basically makes him a meat grinder. Or, in this case, a bone grinder. Lieutenant Simmons, on the other hand, is a special, unique bone grinder in the fact that it takes him 3 to 4 times as long to be killed than the average bone grinder that you'll see later on. These guys summon Hollow Men constantly every time that you kill off all of their minions. All of their minions that they summon are worth guild seals. So feel free to abuse the living hell out of Lieutenant Simmons and other bone grinders like him to up your Hollow Men kill count. Now, granted, I do this rather fast, simply because I don't screw around on these boss fights. The boss fights are already pretty deadly. And Lieutenant Simmons was apparently a hero since he can use spells, which is worrying that he became a Hollow Man. You see, he's using the blade spell right there, which is damn dangerous. Oh, and there he goes. He's dead already. Again. Oopsie.
That was pretty damn
I
impressive.
seem to be stuck.
Your father wasn't the last hero of Albion after all.
We did it! Oh, really? We did!
Let the poets tell our epic tale. The Swift Brigade fought against impossible odds. They won. The end. Well, Sir Walter, you didn't do too bad for an old man.
Neither did you, for a buffoon.
Ah, that was just like old times, Walter. Just like old times.
So, what do you say? Will you join us? With your help, we can put a stop to Logan's madness. Bring back the real Albion army.
I swore to serve my king to the death. We all did. But this isn't the way it was meant to be. The old guard has been shoved aside, and these new soldiers Logan's been gathering, they don't care about this land or its people.
Yeah, and I bet they get paid more.
Walter has absolute faith in you. And after seeing you in action, so do I. All I ask is that you make a soldier's oath. Let your armies protect the people instead of oppressing them. Bring honor back to this uniform.
Yeah, and don't forget the pay rise.
Shut up, Ben.
Yeah, of course I'm going to agree to this.
I promise.
Alright, we have our own battalion now. We'll talk with Teresa.
This has been a momentous day. With the support of Major Swift and his soldiers, the revolution grows in strength, and you move one step closer to becoming the leader this kingdom needs.
Okay, one thing I've noticed about Ben Finn in this game... Yay! Melee levels up. One thing I've noticed about him, he carries his weapons like a hero. And unlike most other characters in the game who carry rather generic weapons, Ben Finn carries very custom weapons. That and his demeanor leads me to believe he might actually be of the hero blood, without knowing it. Okay, I can't upgrade my magic just yet, that's no problem. I don't want any of those yet. I will get them later, but right now I'm not gonna. Now, realistically, we're actually kinda running out of storyline.
Then it's settled. We're heading back to Bowerstone now. There are some people there I'm hoping will join us. We'll send for you when we're ready.
Then I shall bid you good luck and farewell and all that.
And just try not to get the rest of these lads killed, will you? We're gonna need you all.
You always know what to say to keep morale up, Wally. Now get out of here.
Farewell, my friends. Come on, you did good today. But we're just getting warmed up.
Now, as you can see, Major Swift carries his weapons like Walter does. Though I love the way Walter's
exploring, go ahead.
Run animation is.
I'll meet you at the sewers. To
walk animation, too.
You can't miss them.
This area is chock full of little secrets to get. You've got a bunch of gnomes to get, and you've got a lot of quests in this area, actually. Morningwood is really an awesome area. And when Walter tells you you can officially go screw off, officially go screw off. It's worth it. And there are a lot of quests to go before we get to the next chapter. How will you know the next chapter? When we are fleeing Bowerstone as it explodes around us, that's when the next chapter starts. You've got many treasure chests in this area, most of which are hidden in out-of-the-way areas. I strongly, strongly recommend that if you're going to explore this area, do it in as few shots as possible. Spend as much time in here as you need to. You will encounter lots of hollow men in this area. However, if you fully explore this area right now, you will encounter no enemies. The battalion is still here, and it's still early morning in Morningwood. Which means this is the ideal time to explore. Morningwood Fort isn't going anywhere, but until this battalion clears out, hollow men will not appear. Swifty is one of my favorite characters in this game. I'm not going to spoil anything about it, but making his promise is one that I never mind. I could be being a complete jerk hero. I still wouldn't mind doing the Major Swift part. Major Swift's walking animation is one of the most awesome things I have ever seen. And if you can hear it, we're near a gnome.
I can help you find what you're looking for. Step one.
We just need to find the little sucker.
I can't decide whether I like your looks or your personality better. It's like comparing mud to suet.
Now, guys, I want your opinions. Do you like the gnomes better? Or do you like the gargoyles from Fable 2 better? Which little annoying bugger that you're supposed to shoot do you like better in this series? I guarantee you, we will see more of the gargoyles in Fable 2 because I am going to pick that up as soon as I can. And yes, it'll still be a male hero. I picked a male hero for Fable 2 because that's what most people are familiar with. And since Fable 3 defaults to King if you don't have a hero from Fable 2, that tells me that that's the canon royalty. Now this may not be true. It may be that canon royalty is actually whichever gender that you pick for Fable 2. I don't know. Lionhead Studios has not released any information on that. They just say that your hero from Fable 2 was the previous king or queen before Logan took over. And there is a 50-year gap between Fable 2 and Fable 3. Now, interestingly enough, the next Fable in the series is for the Kinect. And it's not a numbered Fable. This one takes place immediately post Fable 3. Like, not even a day. And you're not playing a hero, you're playing a dweller. From what information was released at E3, you're playing a dweller who comes across a young Teresa and is transporting this poor woman straight to the castle. Now, normally, in this area of Morningwood, you will encounter hollow men almost constantly. So be on your guard normally, but your first pass through here, you're not going to encounter anything. All of the enemies in this area have been turned off for the duration that you are here until you meet up with Walter. Or you leave the area. So if you go to the mansion that's in this area, or you go back to the Hob Cave, or you go to Bowerstone Sewer, that counts as leaving the area, that counts as having contacted Walter, and the next time that you come back here, you will be facing Hollow Men all over the place. At any rate, back to the next Fable game. I am seriously looking forward to this game. It's interesting that you get to cast spells by shaping them. They've already said it's not going to be an on-rails game. You're not going to move from place to place like they did with the opening bit. They're going to have an actual way for you to move your hero around using the Kinect system. Which means Lionhead Studios is doing the most innovation with the Kinect that any studio has done. And I'm really proud of them for that. Now, granted, their E3 demo version was an on-rails game. But that's fine. It doesn't matter. In this area, there are many keys. I think there's like a total of 5 or 6 keys in this area. There's also many treasure chests, like I said before. So there's a lot of stuff that you can look for. Can't teach my dog nothing. Oh well. Now, back to upcoming Fable games. There is going to be a Fable 4. Lionhead Studios has explicitly said there's going to be a Fable 4. It is not the Kinect game. It will be a controller-based game, from what they've said so far. That may change if people really like the Kinect game version when it finally comes out. But for right now, they're planning it as a Kinect, as the next one is a Kinect to testbed the system, and then Fable 4 will be controller-based like usual. The guy in charge of the Fable series really likes the Kinect because it opens up a lot more possibilities for him. You can actually weave spells, you can aim with your pistol or rifle a lot more accurately, and you can do natural sword swings. So you can be actually badass instead of implied badass. But I will bring you guys more information on the upcoming Fable games as they come out. When I know them, you guys will know them. Especially if you guys are as big of fans of the series as I am.
You have triumphed in many battles. I wonder, have any of those victories had any significance? Countless brigands, chiefs and generals have made war before you, slaughtering their fellows until the ground became sodden and crimson. Yet despite all this bloodshed, there is no end to conflict. All the questions they fought to settle remain open. War is self-sustaining. War will never end, because there will always be those willing to wage it, unless you kill them. And that will require a massive weapon of supreme, devastating power. Have you got anything like that? Come on now, give us a look.
Believe it or not, we're actually really close to getting Avos Lament. It's only going to be a few more episodes, folks.
You couldn't even begin one.
So if you can hold out for that long, you
Is
can
that
definitely
a weapon? I thought
get
perhaps
excited
it
for
was
this.
A bottle opener.
Now, of course, the next episode,
weapon
or
in hand,
2 or 3,
you might
is going to be me
accomplish
screwing
great
around
things.
and doing a bunch of the side
Adequate
quests,
things,
so
anyway.
get ready for the next episode of
Is
that.
inextricably linked
This
to
guy,
issues
if you
of
show him a
class,
fully upgraded weapon,
multiculturalism, gender
will open the
equality,
door.
religion, economic
And yes, I'm
opportunity,
talking
and
over him.
various
I
other
don't
political
care.
and
It's
sociological factors.
it's my series.
But
I can
really,
talk over
what you
whoever I
need
want.
To achieve it with is an enormous weapon, bigger
Okay.
than anybody else's.
Anyways, hope you guys enjoy
This
having
land has
Rezobasso
heard
back on the site.
countless battle
I certainly
cries,
am. Looking forward to more things from him, but in the meantime, I am Man in the Black Hat, and I will see you next time for more Let's Play Fable 3. Later.